Welcome back to our farm here in Alma, Missouri in Farming Simulator 22. Now this is episode 2, and last episode, well, the first one, I introduced you guys to the format of how we're doing this farm here. We'll be doing shorter videos and slightly different structure, and we'll see how this works. I think this is going to be a great series. So in last episode, I showed you that there's a lot to do in the farm here in this August. There's about 5 different jobs that are completely just, not done, and a lot of stuff needs to be done. So here in Alma, Missouri, this is our cow farm. We produce cornbread and we keep our cattle fed and happy. Of the many things that we have to do, what we're going to be working on today is I want to get started on, started on finishing the wheat field harvest. And right now we got to sort some equipment out too. So for right now, on my way back to the house, I'm just bringing back this new planter. I recently got some new equipment for the farm, and I'm bringing this back. Now, although this is episode 2, I've been playing this farm for quite a while in the background, and it's a pretty well-developed farm. There's some new equipment on the farm. I've changed the tractors over to Case IH. I think it's a good theme to go with for this farm. I want each farm that we have to have its own thing. So right now, getting this home, and we're going to work on finishing that wheat field, and, whatever else comes up as well, we'll have to see. Things have a way of coming up for sure. We're going to have slightly shorter videos with tasks spread out among other tasks. So right now we're covering August. You'll see how it works, and I think it'll be good. Right now we're covering August, and that's really what I'm focusing on because there's so much to get done this month. And also here in about an hour and a half, there's rain forecast. That's going to put the kibosh on harvesting a little bit, but there's so much to do at the farm. Won't have a problem finding another task to do, So I wanted to get this planter back to the farm. Well, when I left you guys last, we were at the store, so I'm just bringing this home. I'm going to park it here somewhere, and we're going to get out to that field to get as much harvesting done as we can before it rains. There's other things to do. But this new planter, this will be great for next year, planting our next corn crop. This is a little bit bigger than the planter I used to plant the current corn crop. So let's just park this over here. This looks like where I might have had the old one parked. There's equipment just strewn everywhere, of course, and that's one thing that I kind of want to work on here. All right, so let's have a look here. Well, let's get over to the field. I definitely have stuff ready to, it's set out and ready to finish harvesting. I think this is just a great project farm because it's an incredible farm. It's a very successful farm. I want to make it a lot more successful, and right now it kind of looks like a tornado hit it in a lot of ways in a lot of places. Another thing, this is definitely one thing I want to fix this month, is this alfalfa field, which I mentioned last episode. And because I neglected it for a month and didn't pick up the grass that's mowed there, I have to get this done this month because as it is right now, we're going to trample it picking up the grass. So there's going to be like a month's disparity in, how it grows back. It's going to grow back unevenly. I don't want to let that get to 2 months because, it'll take that much longer for it to even out again. So this month for sure. Our corn is looking nice. Corn is looking nice. And as long as we can get everything done around the farm by the time, to harvest corn, that should be good. Now there should be another, I keep looking for another vehicle around here. There should be another vehicle around here. I'm not seeing it right now, but that's okay. A lot of stuff is scattered out, and I'll find stuff and get it where it needs to go in time. For right now, let's get on this, because not only is this harvesting, we're going to have a lot of straw to bale too. It's going to be a pretty big task in that as well. All right, we're all ready to go in this guy here. Now let's see. This is it's not a difficult field to work, but some of these fields, this one is one of them where it's not just that it's irregular shaped, it doesn't have a clear, there's no clear up and down on this field. It's one of those fields that no matter how you work it, we're going to end up cornering ourselves into a triangle, but that's just how it is. So let's get going here. I don't know, we'll see if we can get this finished before the rain, because the harvesting part, of course, we can't do in the rain. But even if we finish this, there's quite a bit of straw here that needs to be baled. So much straw, I don't think we need it all. We'll likely be able to sell a lot of the straw. And that same goes really for the wheat. As I've been using we've purchased the grain mill in town, among other things. We have the grain mill, and I've been producing corn flour to go on our cornbread, which is this farm's product. And as long as we have the grain mill, since I don't have a real clear use for the wheat as of right now, we've been taking the wheat over there as well and making flour from the wheat. And so last episode, when I showed all those pallets outside of the grain mill and I said they were corn flour, I was mistaken. Those are actually wheat flour. But regardless, so this is probably more straw than we need for our cows. So we might have extra to sell. And then the wheat, well, we'll see. I'm not sure how much wheat flour we have. But productions is another thing I'd like to get to this month before the grain mill gets too backed up in production. So we'll have to see on that as well. Yeah, this field doesn't have a clear long run either direction. If I keep taking, passes at it like this, each pass is going to get progressively shorter and shorter. So I'm never a fan of these. The field's just a little bit, triangle shaped. But also, I have been here for a couple of years, but maybe I just need some more time to nail down the exact way to attack this field. Or there is, of course, the option, since we own this field as well as that grass field there. That's our alfalfa field, of course, and we also own, of course, our cornfield up there. We have all this land together. Nothing says, there's nothing saying we can't reshape the fields, which is something I've thought about, especially as we certainly need more corn than we need wheat. So, like, for instance, that's actually not a bad idea. I could kind of, lengthen the cornfield down, and so that, it's something I just kind of now thought about, really. See, I could bring that cornfield down because we don't need as much wheat, as I said earlier. So let's see, how is this going to go? Let's check this out on the map here. Yeah, this field, I think the best way is actually to run up and down here along the road. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a more efficient way. Let's go down there. And, well, we can bring the grain cart over. Now, I just emptied the grain cart. It's a new grain cart. I had some issues with the old one. There's a bunch of spilled grain over by the silos. And the old grain cart, the auger pipe on it was messy. And so I got us the new Demco cart there. It dumps a lot cleaner. But, yeah, it's clean and ready to go and empty. And it might just hold the rest of the harvest from this field, actually. And I haven't checked on the cows yet this month. I know they're fine, but of course that is one of the other tasks, which I went over last episode. The cattle, well, a lot of their stuff is all tossed around and it needs to be sorted out. There's some silage still in the bunker, which needs to get out of the way, because when we get this grass harvested this month, that's got to go in there. I got to move that silage out to make room, because we only have the one bunker silo right now. And see, this farm, it has everything it needs to be a really productive farm. Just everything is not in the setup to like run really premium yet. One bunker silo, so got to do that. And then there's like some random bales over there. There's like one or two straw bales, a couple of hay bales, a silage bale. I need to get those sorted out, and that'll be when I check on the cattle. Because, I haven't checked in this month, but I have driven through there, and, there's food in there. There's food and straw in there. How are we doing on this? Wow, this thing fills up faster than I thought it would. Well, let's go ahead and let's get down here. Yeah, I'm going to pull the grain cart down here, and we're going to work our way from the road back up the hill, I guess. We'll get longer runs this way for a minute until they start getting shorter. Now, I think if we bring this down here, I think for now it'll work fine if I don't go off the side of the hill, and we can get this. Shouldn't be in our way going back and forth if we have it parked right here, I think. Yeah, this will be fine. Alright, we're going to park this guy here. I think I can make this work. Come on, grain. we got an hour before it starts raining on us here. Let's get going back to the field. And whoa, watch that. Yeah, I did kind of put the vehicle in the tractor there in an awkward place, just ever so slightly. I don't have the rhythm for this field nailed down yet. I'll get it. Even though, yeah, this is probably the third year here. Well, over the past 2 prior harvests of this field, every year I'm using new and bigger equipment like every year. This farm's been pretty profitable so far. And yeah, every year I'm bringing in new and bigger equipment, and that changes up how I approach these things. Yeah, I think that grain cart may hold 4 hoppers from this harvester. Thereabouts. Just doing a rough estimate there. I think something like that. Now, yeah, I was just like making sure that I try to lay down these swaths as straight as I can, because it's such a pain when you have curving swaths of straw all over your field. And that brings me to the grass field over there. Similar issue there. Field's an odd shape. Haven't nailed. I haven't. Over all the times I've mowed the grass there, I've not nailed down a proper like back and forth on that. You just can't, the way it's shaped. It's kind of the same thing as this. And it has like circular swaths all over it, and it's making it, it's going to be a nightmare to pick up all that grass, especially since the alfalfa has started to regrow in the field. It's kind of hard to see where the swaths of grass are. I started picking it up. I've got some of it baled. I started picking some of it up, I think, in the forage wagon. And it's that whole field, I just did it the wrong way. I got to find maybe, also reshape that field. I think it would just be better, because when I get over there, you'll see it. It's just kind of like all circular patterns. And so you're trying to drive this really big baler and drive in circles. And that field is just a mess on pretty much every level that there is. But this is a great farm, and I love it. And I want to come here and get these things straightened out and make our cornbread business profitable and popular in Alma, Missouri. Yeah, I think actually, I think we can beat the rain. Yeah, I don't see why not. In the previous harvest, again, every year it's a bigger, harvester header, and this year this thing's chewing through it pretty good. That's great. A lot of this machinery is actually for our bigger fields. Our cornfield is quite a bit bigger than this, and of course, I plan to, have a lot more land in the future. But for right now, this harvester is definitely more than big enough for this field. But really, the job on this field isn't even the harvesting. It's, wow, this is a lot of straw. And the previous times I've harvested this, I don't have any like premium bale loading equipment. The previous times I've harvested this, I've been out here with the front loader, moving bales one at a time onto a trailer, and that works. But it's not a huge field, but that is going to be, that is definitely the more time-consuming part here, is working with all the straw, and maybe I can find a better way to do that. I've got a bigger loader now than I had last year. Last year just had a front-end loader. This year have added a telehandler, which is parked around here somewhere. It's probably in one of the buildings. Purchased the telehandler because there's just some really big equipment. With new tractors comes some bigger equipment that I needed a telehandler to move. Just how it goes. And that's great, though, because it might just solve the issue of moving all of the, who knows how many bales, that will come off this field. Well, I think last year I probably only had a 30-foot header on this. Here we've got a 14-meter header, and it's great. It's doing a lot. It's doing exactly what big equipment is supposed to do. Let's get this down here to the tractor, and the rest should just be one more hopper in this harvester. For sure, I think. All right, let's get the last bit of this here. Now, I think for the last bit of this, I think I'm going to stop with the swaths, actually, because A, we don't need all the straw, and B, well, let's see here. Let's do another run of this, but I don't want to end up with a bunch of really short runs that's just going to cause us turning around more and more with the baling equipment. After this run here, we'll cut this. All right, and this last little bit, and boy, yeah, this is disappearing really, really fast. Well, that's good. Yeah, as far as loading the bales, I guess it's just going to be, instead of with the tractor front loader, it'll be with the telehandler, you know, so maybe I'll be able to move more at a time, but I think it's still going to be manually moving them, which is okay, you know. Get a little practice with my forklift arm. Let's get the rest of this here, which goes surprisingly fast with a 14-meter header. Yeah, exactly how we like it. And we'll get this put in the silos. Now, we've got 3 silos. I'll have to check these. Again, like everything else in the farm, everything's kind of in disarray a little bit here at the farm. And we should have 1 silo for corn, 1 for wheat, and I think the other one's actually empty, so I want to make sure we're going in the right silo. There is a bit of a mess there to clean up. As I mentioned earlier, our old grain cart, the auger on it just didn't work that well. But I will clean that up later. For now, though, we can get this. Let's see here. Let me turn this around. And let's get this. We can move all this stuff together up the field. There we go. Nice and easy with the draper header. I love having draper headers. They make so many things so much easier, especially when you want to quickly pack up and move up the field. But let's get this out of the way. I will address where the harvester is parked later on when we're moving equipment around. But for now, I just want to get it out of the way as we'll be removing straw off of this. This looks like a good spot here. I might move this into that vehicle shed over there at some point. But for right now, we can just park this here. And plenty of time to get that harvested and get off the field. That's always, it's always a good thing to see. Although, so here in a bit, it's going to be raining. So I won't want to be working out on the field, or any field really, when it's raining. So I think that'll be the perfect time to get our equipment moved around. Some of it, because some of it's sitting just like here and there and everywhere. And it's the result of trying to do too many things at once with not enough farm help. And then kind of leaving it set for a month, and then you come back and it's like, wow, I kind of had I had all my toys out. I didn't put my toys away in the toy box. Yeah, everything's kind of sitting just everywhere. But with so many jobs to do, you know, it's like here. It's like, well, we need the baler out here. We need the forage wagon out here. So I was going to park these here, and because especially also since some of the equipment in the fleet has changed, and it's like, well, you know, the new harvester doesn't go where the old harvester used to go. It won't fit, and so then, yeah, stuff ends up getting parked everywhere. We'll get that fixed, and I think while it's raining would be a good time to get some of that sorted out. But for now, yeah, before it rains, let's see if we can get this loaded into the silo just fine. I've not had any problems yet with this grain cart. And at first I thought it might be the conveyor belt here, but it's not the belt. It was the old grain cart. Now, the other question is, speaking of the conveyor belt, did I leave it running? It's very possible. Oh, yep. It is running. Perfect. All right. Yeah, the old grain cart, well, yeah, it was a real pain. This one's a little bigger than we need. Well, it is for right now, but it'll come in handy later. I think it holds about 70,000 liters or something like that. It holds a lot. It'll come in handy later. So here we got our wheat. And yeah, we got a decent amount of wheat, I would say. And then this should be empty. That's probably for corn. Yeah. All right, everything here is set. Now, where did some of this stuff go? Because, again, you know, a lot of the stuff can't go where the old equipment went. You know, this grain cart would go great, yes, where the harvester used to be. This is where the harvester used to be. The new case won't fit in here, though. Yeah, I'm going to have to open the door a bit more. I'm just getting up here first. All right, let's hop out. Let's open this door a little bit more. And this is a pretty big boy, but You know, and I might be able to fit the tractor in here as well. Let's see. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Yeah. Well, we got a place to park the tractor. All right, so that fit in here just perfectly. So we got a place for the quad track and the new grain cart and some of this other stuff I will sort out later. Oh, is that rain I hear? That is rain. That was perfect timing. I did not intend for that. No, I mean, the forecast said 1700. Well, look, the rain is falling. That's perfect timing. We literally just got the stuff off the field. Yeah, there's still some stuff sitting out. Yeah, but that was, wow, I couldn't have timed that better. I was just, oh my gosh. I just literally closed that door and I heard rain hitting the ground beside me. See, we got a lot of room in here where, yeah, stuff needs to be parked in here. I think we've got the money. Yeah, we should have the money, and we've got stuff. We might want to upgrade this disc harrow. I'll have a look at that. And this plow, I'll definitely be replacing this plow. I had to work the entire cornfield last year with this plow, and it took a very long time. But we'll have a look at the equipment and stuff like that next time. For now, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. So we got the wheat harvested, and that is great. There's still so many things to do here on the farm. And our poor cows, well, our cows are doing just fine. It's just quite a mess over here where they're at. Everything is getting moved around and everything. But today we did get at least the wheat harvested right in time for the rain, right? So now we just got to finish up on that field, you know, finish up here, the grass field, get our equipment put away, and that's what I'll be working on here next. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.